how do you say goodbye when you weren't planning to fall in love? I mean, when I first stepped foot in downtown Asheville in 2019, I had no idea the impact it would have on me. I mean, sure, yeah, I had heard about it, I drove past it, and even did some of the touristy things like hiking waterfalls, exploring Biltmore Estates. I mean, seriously, I enjoyed it all thoroughly, but I didn't really really know the full charm of Asheville until the quirky, artsy vibe of downtown captured my heart and swept me off my feet. Asheville, the largest city in western North Carolina and 12th largest in the state, is another world, vastly different from the larger cities like Raleigh-Durham or small towns. This is where the mountain meets the valley, where rich history is preserved and the progress of modern culture is celebrated, where the sunset kisses the Blue Ridge Mountains with a blushing glow that would make a bride jealous, and where the community supports individuals as well as local business. But it's more than that. So much more. It's the biggest little city that you'll ever find with an even bigger heart. I've personally found nothing but kindness around every corner, and each tourist, local, and visitor alike is unashamedly encouraged to embrace their weirdness. It's a melting pot of varying age ranges, lifestyles, with a carefree vibe of love, peace, and music. A world refreshingly free of confining expectation to fit into a cookie-cutter mold. If you ever get the chance to visit, I hope you'll love it as much as I do. I'll provide a variety of tips and info on the Asheville area in my blog and on this YouTube channel, but today I'm going to simplify and offer you 5 basic things that you may want to know before you visit downtown Asheville, in hopes that this knowledge will make your stay all the more enjoyable. And if it does, please let me know in the comments. Now, let's let the countdown begin. Coming in at number 5 is Asheville is a food and beverage mecca. Southern Living rated Asheville as number 6 as the South's best food cities in 2020. According to Yelp, Asheville was dubbed the best food city in America. When in Asheville, do yourself a favor and seek out restaurants that tickle your fancy and make your mouth water. Even better news, you can eat out guilt-free. The majority of restaurants use locally sourced, fresh ingredients and are created with health and sustainability in mind. I personally feel healthier and like I've done the planet and the whole community a favor after dining out in downtown Asheville. And don't even get me started on the craft breweries. They're rated number 1 in the U.S. for craft breweries. There's also many gluten-free and vegan restaurant options as well. Coming in at number 4 is how surprisingly easily walkable the downtown area is. Despite hundreds of unique shops, restaurants, and entertainment venues, downtown Asheville is surprisingly compact. I haven't conducted a scientific study on measurements and time or anything, but I'd say it's safe to say that any able-bodied, healthy person with no mobility issues could easily walk downtown Asheville end to end in a half hour or so. Whether you're staying at a central downtown hotel or you need to park in order to enjoy your downtown activities, you don't need to rely on public transportation or your own car to make your way around the downtown area. As long as you don't mind walking. Quite honestly, walking will be a whole lot easier than trying to find a parking space. Asheville is a wildly diverse city, and where you stay can directly impact the enjoyment of your stay. So here's a breakdown of 4 major areas with the pros and cons of which is best and worst for different travel personalities. The first is obviously downtown hotels. The pros are that the upside to staying at downtown hotel is, as I mentioned before, you can park at your hotel and never have to leave until checkout. A downtown location is perfect for those who want to focus their trip on the exploration of unique downtown restaurants, shops, craft breweries, and entertainment, and you don't mind walking. So the cons, due to high obvious cost of downtown real estate, most downtown hotels are going to be a little bit pricier than outside the city. Let's talk about the Biltmore Estates area. The pros. If your main focal point of your Asheville trip is Biltmore Estates, it'll probably be worth your time to stay at a property at the Biltmore Village or directly on Biltmore Estates. But, even if Biltmore Estates is your main focus, it's really well worth your time to venture into the downtown area to experience the cuisine, culture, and atmosphere unique to the downtown area. I mean, seriously, it's only like 5 to 8 minutes drive away, so you can experience the best of both worlds. The downside is that it's not advised to walk from the Biltmore area to downtown. I mean, the traffic makes it really unsafe. Motor transportation is advised, so going into downtown will require additional driving, parking, Uber, taxi expenses, that kind of thing. So staying on site at Biltmore is very expensive, and the Biltmore Village is probably a better option if you're on a budget. Asheville also has some shopping, airport, and outlet areas. So the pros of these areas is they're obviously convenient to shopping, transportation, and tourist areas. And they're most likely going to be less expensive. However, the cons are, if you're looking for a true, genuine Asheville experience, you're not going to get that there. The last area to stay is in the natural or surrounding areas. This is for the traveler that's visiting Asheville for the hiking and waterfalls, nature, and outdoor activities, or maybe you're just looking for a more affordable lodging. You can camp, find tree houses, Airbnbs, and hotels surrounded by Asheville's natural element or in the nearby cities like Cherokee, Morganton, and anything in between. These are usually in the more economic price ranges. The cons? Again, if your aim is to dive into nature but you still want to explore downtown Asheville for a bit, the only con of staying in a more natural area or in the surrounding cities is that the additional drive time and parking expenses will be something that you'll have to take into consideration. Number 2 is for my pet lovers. Downtown Asheville may be one of the most dog-friendly cities in the U.S. that I've ever encountered. Known as Dog City, USA, dogs are not only welcome in many of the shops and restaurants, but many hotels are dog-friendly and have doggy programs, like Hotel Indigo, that offer pet beds upon request. But that's not all. Check this out. Downtown Asheville has their own official doggy welcome center. It's currently the only in the U.S., and they have doggy potty areas, water fountains, free goodie bags, and doggy ice cream, and info on their top 100 dog-friendly attractions, restaurants, and things to do. I'll leave a link in the description below. They also have doggy CBD shops. My number 1 tip for visiting downtown Asheville is to embrace the weird. Dress how you want to dress, play music, make art, explore the metaphysical. Bring a sense of kindness and you're good to go. You'll find drum circles, art, sculptures, street murals, fairy doors, and you never know who you'll run into. If you're lucky, you'll spot Spider-Man cruising around in his Spidey-mobile too. Art is everywhere in Asheville. Search alleyways, walls, and corners for artistic urban gems. Search on your own, or I'll give you a guide from Explore Asheville on this urban street art. I read online once a review that said they didn't think Asheville was culturally diverse enough to be weird, whatever that means. I'm not up to cultural statistics, so I don't know how correct or incorrect that statement is. But I can tell you one thing. From what I've seen, the downtown area will embrace all peace-loving people equally. If someone wants Asheville to be more culturally diverse, my perception is that downtown Asheville is totally open for that to happen. In downtown Asheville, you'll dine on locally sourced and farm-to-table food, listen to street music, watch artisans at work, maybe even participate in a drum circle or discover your favorite shops filled with unique clothing, exotic teas, blown glass, and beaded jewelry, all handcrafted by locals. In Asheville, there's an energy in the air. Maybe it's magic. Maybe it's the quirky and artsy charm. Whatever it is, I'm hooked. So, how do you say goodbye once you've fallen in love with Asheville? The good news is you don't have to. Instead, like me, take a piece of it home with you in your heart and instead say, see you later, and stay weird. If you'd like to read the written form of these tips, complete with links, check my blog out at happily-foreversafter.net. Thank you so much for joining in today. If you appreciate this information, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share with a friend. Links will be in the description below. If you like learning about travel destinations, learning about travel tips, hacks, deals, and reviews, then my channel is definitely for you, and you should check out my other videos too. Happy travels! Bye-bye!